Washington.
So that is all the background. The hearings start in about 50 minutes' time. We'll, of course, be bringing them to you live. I want to speak now to Ron Bonjean. He's a Republican consultant. And, Ron, you advised Neil Gorsuch, who was President Trump's previous nominee to the Supreme Court, on how this all went. When you look at what is happening with Brett Kavanaugh today, what do you think these hearings can uncover?
Well, first of all, this is a first in the history of the modern United States Senate to have a outside expert lawyer come in on behalf of Republicans to question Brett Kavanaugh and Dr. Ford. And so the burden is really going to be on Dr. Ford to provide some type of proof or some type of evidence to the Senate committee and those watching what actually happened 36 years ago. There's going to be this is going to be a long process. We have this council who is going to be working on behalf of Senate Republicans, asking the questions on their behalf, and then you have two Democrats running for president who are on the committee as well. There are going to be a lot of fireworks, I'm sure.
Why not have, if the aim of this was to get to the truth of what happened or did not happen between Brett Kavanaugh and Christine Blasey Ford 36 years ago, why not call in the FBI and have them investigate this more thoroughly? Because in the political context that this is being held, I'm just wondering if this can actually get there.
What's really fascinating about that, and that's being asked all over town, and the answer is consistently been that he has been interviewed by the FBI 6 times, but more importantly, he was the staff secretary to the President of the United States. The FBI went and did a deep dive into his background. This would have come up. There would have been a tripwire on it. And actually, we're seeing some of these accusations starting to fall apart now. I mean, the third accuser, who has come forward, her record of, her legal record has come out, and it's very spotty. She has had a lot of problems in her past.
One of the points that Republicans have made is that every time this happens, a Supreme Court justice is nominated by the president who is a Republican, the Democrats will find some way to smear them with this kind of allegation. You worked on the confirmation process of Neil Gorsuch. None of this happened on that confirmation process. He was never accused of acts of sexual misconduct.
No, that's absolutely right. But also, this is in the era of the Me Too movement. During Gorsuch, that was right before the whole trend began to happen. He was accused of a couple of things that we felt that the Democrats had concocted during that time that we had to be back. One was on accusations of plagiarism, which we easily debunked. The other one was regarding a class he taught at Colorado State University, an ethics class, that we were able to debunk as well.
Ron, do you in any way think she might be telling the truth? Are you open to listening and hearing that she might be telling the truth?
Oh, absolutely. She may very well be telling the truth, but Kavanaugh is also, I think, telling the truth. And so there may be a giant mix-up in all of this. Already the Senate Judiciary Committee has released the fact that 2 men have come forward that they've interviewed that have said that they were the people that did this to Dr. Ford.
Okay, Ron, thank you very much for joining me. The senators getting ready on both sides, Republicans and Democrats. The witnesses, of course, getting ready. That prosecutor who's flown in from Arizona, Rachel Mitchell, she is also getting ready. They'll all be starting in about 45 minutes' time. The protesters, by the way, are already gathering outside of the building and making their way in, both pro and anti-Kavanaugh protesters coming into the building. You can expect them to make their voices heard during the course of this morning as well. This is, as Ron Bonjean just said, going to be a morning of extreme fireworks, and the political consequences cannot be overstated for both sides. I'll be back with special coverage of these hearings. We have a special program starting in about 20 minutes' time. That's at 13:30 GMT here on BBC World News. You'll catch all of the hearings and the run-up to the hearings then. For the moment,